Hi, my name is Marissa Robinson. I've been a resident of the city of Temple Terrace for the past 11 years. I'm also a historic preservation enthusiast and the representative for the city of Temple Terrace with the Hillsborough County Historic Advisory Council.
The city of Temple Terrace is approaching its centennial celebration. This is the opportunity for us to reflect on the past 100 years and appreciate just how far our city has come. Honoring our past can certainly coexist with the planning for our future. One direct connection we have with our city are some of the historic buildings, a few of which that date back to before Temple Terrace was incorporated. These structures give us a look at what life was like for the people that occupied them. When Temple Terrace was being developed by D. Collins Gillette, B.L. Hammer, and Vance Helm, they formed two corporations, Temple Terrace Incorporated to develop the Orange Grove area from Druid Hills northward, and Temple Terrace Estates to a residential area. Initially, 7 homes were constructed, often referred to as the original 7. Let's take a closer look at each of these historic homes. First, we have the C.C. Dixon House, located at the original entrance to Temple Terrace Country Club at 306 Bullard Parkway. Mr. Dixon was the secretary of Temple Terrace Estates. The house was constructed in 1923 and designed by M. Leo Elliott. Although this house has gone through many renovations, it retains its original footprints and many of the architectural details. Next, we come to the Warren M. DeSaver House, constructed in 1923 and designed by W. A. Schumacher as a model home for Temple Terrace Estates. Mr. DeSaver was the first city clerk of Temple Terrace from 1925 to 1928, and from 1928 to 1930, the city judge. The Cody Fowler House is possibly the most well-known of all the historic homes in Temple Terrace. Designed by M. Leo Elliott and constructed in 1925 for one of the developers of the city's Golf and Country Club. Mr. Fowler was the son of Maud C. Fowler and served as the first city attorney in 1925. Then elected to mayor commissioner and served in that position for 2 years. Although this house has had extensive renovations, it still has some of its original features and is still a beautiful example of Mediterranean revival architecture. The Lb Crumrick House was designed by M. Leo Elliott and built in 1925. It is the only house in Temple Terrace with a tower entrance. The house also featured a solarium and a rooftop terrace. In 1988, when a historic resource survey was completed for the city of Temple Terrace, this house was deemed eligible for the National Registry for Historic Preservation. Across the street from the Crumrick House is the Charles M. Hart House. This is one of M. Leo Elliott's more creative designs and completed in 1924. The original design was completed in both the Mediterranean Revival and Pueblo-style architecture. This house has very unique features of a domed roof over the bedroom suite on the second story. It was also originally constructed with a basement. Like its neighbor, this house is also eligible for the National Registry for Historic Preservation based on the 1988 survey. Finally, we are at 914 North River Hills. While this house is not historic, this is the site of the D. Collins Gillette House. Mr. Gillette was another one of the original developers and served as president of Temple Terrace Incorporated. Mr. Gillette first served as the first mayor for the city of Temple Terrace in 1925. Constructed in 1923 by architect M. Leo Elliott, some of the features included casement windows, clay tile roof, and a mission-style parapet. Being one of the largest houses of the original 7, a former resident stated that it had many features that were very advanced for the year in which it was built.
The original 7 take us back in time to how our beloved city was started. As I stand here in front of Woodmont Country Club, the oldest building in Temple Terrace, these buildings are the foundation to what we know Temple Terrace to be today. We hope all of our residents will continue to take pride and honor these historic treasures.